Hello everyone. Today we're going to download Windows for WSL and Windows and see how that works. So before we download it, I just wanted to make sure people understand that this is a paid version. I have used the free version, which will work for 2 weeks. No intention of doing it more than that. But if someone is still using it, there are various features. Cascade is an agent, which I have not delved into, so I don't want to talk about it right now. But we can look at it and continue. And then of course you can, autocomplete, which is a very dangerous thing if you are vibe coding, but always good for helper scenarios. And that kind of gives you more advantage. So let's look at the download install. Just make sure to have the path correctly set up. Make sure that is checked because otherwise you have to manually add it. That can be a problem later on. So with that being done, the installation takes some time depending on the speed of how it's performing. I just forwarded this, and then you can get started with the Windsurf installation. Sorry, setup, and then you can do import from VS Code or Cloud, whatever you have been using. And this in current scenario, I decided to use Tokyo Night as a theme, which is another option which you have. And you have to sign up. So you have to log into Windsurf in order to use it. So I used my Google account for that, and then it allows me to continue. And you can see that you can open the folder or connect to whatever you want to. In this particular scenario, what I decided to do was uh, do a sample 2048 app, which if you have played the game, you'll know it. So they suggested it to me, so I continued building it. Let's just vibe coding it and seeing how that goes. So in this current scenario, you can see that on the right side is kind of explaining what's happening right now, and it has created 3 files, and it's trying to generate code along with it as it continues to do that. So that's very interesting, and you can see that green highlighted stuff means that it is not accepted yet. So they are going to ask us to accept, and that kind of explains everything which has happened. It's created 3 files: index, game, and style.css, which is great. Now, if I want to use it or accept it before moving forward, before even running it, I have to click on that accept button to continue it. I could also do it from the keyboard shortcut Alt Enter, but that's not necessary. And now it's asking me to run the Python server, and the Python extension wasn't installed, so just doing that right now. And then you can click on that localhost link, and you can see it's not a very good app which we are being shown. So what I did was I took a screenshot and gave it back to it, totally vibe coding, telling that, oh, this didn't work. Not even trying to decode what's happening in the code because I'm too lazy right now, just looking at how it works. And again, they recommended me this example, so I thought that that would work more appropriately, which it didn't apparently, and that's the problem with AI many times. Now it gave me some suggestions and I accepted those, just again vibe coding. So it made a difference. I can see some better UI, but it's still out of the box. So anyways, so that's one thing. And then another thing is you can connect to the WSL. So that's as simple as, clicking on that connect to WSL, and you'll be able to access it. And then you can see that the giving the folder, you can open it and access the folder right there in the new window. And then what I was doing here is just trying to see with Cascade how I can just, do some testing and something like that. So here I was just trying to make some changes in my asyncio file, and I kind of struggled with it. This is very fast forwarded version where I was just trying to start my environment value, which I could do that in the terminal, but I wanted to use Cascade. So I kind of struggled with it a little bit. And then eventually I got it working, and it also needed the Python environment, so it asked for it, and that's something and another thing which needed to be done. So that's kind of one thing. And when it comes to opening the terminal, you cannot do Windsurf dot, just like how you can do code dot or cursor dot, which we talked about earlier. So I asked Cascade, and it showed me that the way to do it is to go through File and then open a particular folder, which goes through the whatever WSL folders you have, and that way you can open it up. So that's one thing. And then for VS Code, if I wanted to install an extension, there is another way for that. And you can install the extension. You'll have to sign up as well, sign up as in sign in back, as to make sure that you are using Windsurf. And once you get it running, it will allow you to work kind of similar to how GitHub Copilot does. I haven't compared them, so I can't really say. But here what I'm trying to do is just using the calculator file, and I'm trying to just ask some questions. So in this case, I'm just using an multiple numbers for multiply, and it gives me the solution. So it's not in code, but you can also do in code. You can just do Control I just like you do. At one point only Windsurf or GitHub Copilot would work. So in this case, you can see that I'm able to access these. So there you go. But you cannot access the Cascade agent in this extension, but other things are available. So that's it for this tutorial.